Morning scrotums. As you can see, we're out again. We've just put my glove away. For fuck's sake. It is a little bit breezy and it is a little bit cold, but it is only 8 o'clock in the morning. This is where we are. Turn it around. Down there is Crowden. Bleaklow is that in the distance. In the distance. Bet you've all been missing that, haven't you? Reservoir in the bottom there. And where we're going, we're going to follow this path all the way along, under them crags, onto the top, along that ridge line, and then carry on for a bit further. So yeah, it should be quite a nice day walk. And this is really day 2 of the Pennine Way. You come back down off Bleaklow in the distance, that back there, and a lot of people camp at Crowden campsite. What I'm hoping to do is camp really high up this valley. There's a right nice stream, and yeah, I shall make it to that and have a nice view in the morning of the sunrise, and you know, get stars and all that bollocks. But there's various points along here, up in that, under that wall. There's one further back, and there's some a little bit further on. So depending on how knackered I am, I'll be stopping somewhere along there, you know. And this will be my last video until I do the Pennine Way. What I'm planning on doing, there's a lot of planning here, isn't there? Fucking hell. Is planning on putting a plan together and doing one of them daily video vlog things. Because on YouTube there's a lot of people who have done the Pennine Way, but they do them in like half an hour, or they do them over however many days, but they clump the days together. So what I'm gonna do, there's someone right on the other side of the valley there, is do like a daily vlog like them American walkers do that I follow. There's a nice little weir in the bottom down there. Where is it? There. And you can walk up that valley up the other side, because this is just like a, if you look on your maps, it's just like a pap, they call them, where the glacier come down this bit of the valley all the way down here. See how wide it is? It's fucking huge. And obviously there's some tough rock up the top, and it come down the other side of that and created that one. And then the streams have cut it deeper and all that shit. So yeah, it's a nice walk up that side and around that pap. They call them paps. Tickies call it a titty. So yeah, that's about it. I will get going for a bit and then plug you back in. See you later, scruffers. So a bit better for you. Down the valley bottom. There's Bleaklow in the distance. Work your way down and up. It's a bit breezy. Up this valley here. And just by that holly tree, these boulders, there's a fabulous picnic spot just out from Crowden car park. We're going up here, across there where the people are, along the top, under that little crag, along the top, and then over the moor. That's the top of that titty pap there, where you can walk up and around it. But yeah, still going up. You can see better where we're really at the top. And follow the ridge along the top, very top of the ridge, right into the V. That's that pap, you can see it better there. It's like a belly of a whale. There's the there's a path that runs. Circular walk. Yeah, it's easy, so you can do a circular walk. So we're right at the top of that valley. Little stream at the bottom. And we're just meandering our way up. Still a bit breezy, but it's not. Reading. What have you been reading? So, since my last one, I've started Edgar Rice Burroughs' Venus, second to last one. But before that, I read this book, Song of Achilles, by Madeline Miller, if I remember correctly. It's about 5 years old now, maybe not 5 years, 3 years. And it traces, obviously, Achilles and Patroclus, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's all from memory, this. Life from being little kids right up to Trojan War, Troy. Madeline Miller, what a beautiful writer she is. I mean, you can tell she's a professor of Greek or something like that, I forget. But she knows her mustard. And she's got this beautiful way of weaving the story, you know. Getting you really to like Patroclus and Achilles. And the other people in it, you know, Odysseus and all them, you just think, fucking bunch of scrouts. But the thing about it is, I bought it just because it's about Achilles. You know, everyone knows the story of Achilles, don't they? You know, greatest fighter in the world back in the Greek day, born from a Greek nymph, water nymph, forget her name, not a god but a part of a god, second class god, and the king of wherever it is. But turns out that Achilles and Patroclus are gay lovers. Now, I didn't know that. So she wrote this here book from the standpoint that Achilles is homosexual and Patroclus is. And it's there, like, on one hand, Achilles is this fucking ardent killer, you know. But when he's with Patroclus, he's really a loving bloke. And it really took me aback. When I was reading it, I was like, fucking hell, I wasn't expecting that. You know. And then when I read it, I went on internet and it's won loads of awards. You know, it's a bit of a, what do you call them? The gay community have embraced it and, you know, done all that. Nice flat spots down there, you could camp on them. Bit of a long way. But anyway, yeah, they've really embraced this book, and I can see why, because discounting the fact that he's homosexual, which I'm not bothered about, it is a fabulous book, you know, and it really throws, well, it did for me, threw a curveball on a bit of Greek mythology that I'd not even thought about. What if, you know, one of the greatest warriors that ever lived was gay? Just saying. Don't bother me at all. It's still a fabulous book. So yeah, Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Brilliant, brilliant, well worth a read. Well worth a read. Anyway, I'm going to get to shuffling when I've shown you these little secret swimming holes. So we're about an hour and a half up the valley from Crowden. That one is about 8 feet deep. That one is about 6 foot deep. So you've got two. They're not massive, you know. That is only maybe 10 foot across. So about 20 foot long. That's about 15 foot across, that one. But if you're into like a red hot sunny day, bring a picnic and you're capable swimmers, that'll be nice. Beautiful open moorland. So behind me you can just see the trig point at the top of Black Hill, which is right at the top and across the moor, right at the top of the Crowden Clough, across the moor to the right. On flags, which is quite nice. I've been right down the other side into, well, not into, but where the road is that leads you into Marsden. I think it's called Marsden. But it's really proper windy. You know, and you're out on this moor, so it wouldn't have picked out up. What I'll do is take a picture the other way for you. So that's the path, and he skirts around and over the moor, but you can see so fucking lovely. Jesus. Tuck it up your jumper. You watch, you'll fall out now. So the second book that I read is another one of my favourite authors, John Wyndham, and it's The Midwich Cuckoos. Now that got made into a film, Village of the Damned, but basically it's about this Midwich, the village. Hold on, am I right here? Yeah, I think. Village of Midwich. Yeah, I am. Fuck's sake. This is what it's like coming walking with me. I know bastard does. Village of Midwich, and it's you know, back in like the, I don't know, start of the Cold War, about the 60s I'd say, and said village, let's say, oh, there's someone behind me then, it sounded like a runner, this force field. No one can go in and no one can go out for a day, and every one of the villages are asleep, and there's this strange alien craft, and lo and behold, when everyone wakes up, all the women of childbearing age have been fertilised, which, as you can imagine, if you're like, I think there are 16-year-olds is the youngest, and then there's others, but yeah, these children are born and they've got blonde hair and golden eyes, and they can, I'll just go out of the way here with the wind, and they can enforce their thoughts on the people of Midwich, so the women can't leave the village of Midwich while these kids are there. And it transpires that the army are involved, and you know, these other landings have taken place all over the world. And at the end of the book, you find out as these kids grow up that the kids in Russia, the whole village got bombed, everyone nuked, because they're of a higher race, you know, they're gonna take over the world, these kids, when they're adults, because they can make people do what they want. So they end up on the last chapter killing all kids, blowing them up. It's brilliant. A lot goes off in the middle of it, but yeah, you'll have to read it yourself. Midwich Cuckoos it's called. Very good book, some very thought-provoking things in it. I'm going to have a brew and I shall speak to you later. Well, I can't lay here all day. I shall have to go. Let's get to shuffling. Puff there, along here to where them people are, over and then down, and we'll go down the other side of the clough then. Happy days. So I've got up to that promontory. That's where we set off, right down in that. Come up there, got onto the top, ruzzled along the top, and you see this path here. All the way along, all the way out onto the moor and the trig point. So what I've done is come back on myself, down there, across here, went across a bridge, little brook thing, up the side of that, along to where them people are, across here, down and back. So from now we're going to go along here, over to the other side, get onto that path, and I might either go all the way along the top one, round the corner, or drop down to that bottom and along that. Depends where we end up. Happy days, we're not in a rush. As you can see, I'm lost the path, but I think this is the lower path, so I'm just going to follow that. at our scruffers. As you can see, keep down there. We're on this lovely path here, right in the valley bottom. Stream's just there, and I'm having a coffee. Happy days. Don't get much better than this. Oh, the reason we're coming this way, there's another bridge over there. Well, the left hand side of that bridge, if you was into your swimming, there is a massive pool, and in between the two weirs there is an enormous pool as well. So if you wanted to get a bit of summer swimming in, try it. Well, just sat back in the automobile, end of my coffee. most pleasant walk, only 10.8 miles, but it's been very nice. Highly recommend it. Easy to follow, and yeah, get out, get doing them. And I shall see you scruffers, and I'm next on the Pennine Way. Woohoo! Don't forget, like and subscribe.